Hey everybody, it's Laura, and today we're talking reading logs. Do you keep one? Should you keep one? Why do you want one? All of these good reasons. I started keeping a reading log when I started working at the library because I started noticing that I was not remembering all the great books that came across my desk. Some of them I had time to read, some of them I hadn't, and I would want to come back to them, and then I would think, I don't remember what that book was called. And then I would be out of luck until it came across my desk again, if ever. So I thought, why not start writing down what I want to read and what I have read so that I can keep track of that as time goes forward. And I started it really simply in a Google document. I think I used the Sheets workbook kind of thing. And I would write down title, author. And then I would have another little tab at the bottom that said the ones that I wanted to read. That quickly grew out of control. And really, it's not a great way to keep it sorted. But if it works for you, it works. Another thing that I found that worked really easily is just a notebook. Write down the title and author and even your rating of a book that you've read in the year. And then it just lives in a notebook for 2022. And if you think, I know I read a book like this before, I feel like I was a senior that year. Well, pull that out and it's written in your senior year book. If you want to do that, you don't have to. There are non-physical ways. There are apps that you can use to keep a book log. If you want a really well-established one and aren't worried about giving your soul to Amazon, which, some people are, some people aren't, you can use Goodreads. Goodreads is affiliated with Amazon, and I think they're owned by Amazon. So all the information you're sharing with Goodreads, you're sharing with Amazon. So if it's a thing you care about, don't use Goodreads. You can use something else. If it's a thing you don't care about, Goodreads is a great system. I use Goodreads. I've used it for years. You can log books you have read, books you want to read, or books that you are currently reading. So if you forget where you left something, it can stare at you and judge you for months. Anyway, Goodreads is a great system to use. You can sort things by the year that you read them. You can sort things by the rating that you gave them. You can search for the other books in a series by clicking on the series name underneath the title of a book. It's very handy, and sometimes I even use it to find the title of a book that somebody will ask me about. It's pretty handy. So if you're chill with that, use Goodreads. If you would rather not use a big website like that that's affiliated with Amazon, don't worry, there are other options. There is something called the StoryGraph. I really think the StoryGraph is amazing. It's a newer website, and the last time I looked at it, it was still in beta mode, but that doesn't really matter because it's growing and expanding all the time, and it's been really reliable. It will actually offer recommendations to you based on the kinds of books that you've logged. And you can import Goodreads data if you already have a Goodreads but you don't really want to use it anymore. Really handy. But what I like about keeping a reading log is that in 10 years when I say, I read a book about people ice skating and there was a mystery, I can find that instead of saying, does anyone know a book like that at a staff meeting? It's really nice. So I hope you will think about keeping a reading log this year, even if it's just to keep track of where you are in our reading challenge, which I hope you're enjoying. Happy reading, everybody.